All right. Bungie responds to Destiny 2 0-hour difficulty complaints, says it's not meant to be easy. So from Zuhaad here, Bungie addresses players' complaints about Destiny 2's challenging 0-hour mission, stating it's not meant to be easy. 0-hour, a popular exotic mission in Destiny 2, first introduced in Season of the Drifter, has made a comeback with the free Into the Light update. Since its re-release on May the 14th, many players, both new and experienced, have expressed worries about the mission's difficulty even on normal difficulty mode. The primary complaint centers around the mission's normal difficulty mode, which many players find overwhelmingly hard, mainly due to the enemy's power level being 1830 instead of the listed 1810. Some fans took to online forums calling the exotic mission absurdly difficult and a brutal experience. Yeah, we noticed that in our guide too, that essentially the difficulty there is the same between both, right? So you're going to get hit hard both in the normal version and in the legend version. The difference is the time, right? You get 40 minutes for normal versus 20 minutes for legend. Now, Bungie responds to Destiny 2's 0-hour exotic mission difficulty complaints. In response to the players' concerns, Bungie addresses the fans' concerns. Replying to a thread on the official Bungie forums, the developer clarified that the challenging nature of the mission, even on normal difficulty, was intentional. Wow, so this is not a bug. If you encounter enemies that are 1830 power level, it's not a bug, and that was meant to be that way. The mission, even on normal, is not meant to be easy, Bungie stated. This response has sparked mixed reactions among players. Some appreciate the transparency in the attempt to provide a significant challenge. Others, however, feel that the difficulty level is too steep, potentially alienating less experienced players and those who play casually. Well, I will say this. If you go from the Whisper mission to 0-hour, it is a bit jarring in terms of difficulty, because 0-hour will slap you around. It will slap you around. And Whisper mission though, but hold on, let's walk it back real quick. The Whisper mission is a walk in the park. Like, Whisper mission was way too easy. Even people that have never ran the Whisper mission, they got through it no problems. 0-hour is actually like challenging, both normal and legend. But again, you get 40 whole minutes for the normal. So that's my question. It's like, all right, if zero's this difficult, then why is Whisper not this difficult? Like, which way are we? Why is it that 0 is so much more difficult than Whisper here? I mean, it could just be Bungie amping up the difficulty in preparation to what we're going to be taking on in the final shape. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just like, hey, we rolled out this one exotic mission, just kind of get your foot in the door. Now we're rolling out this next one, and maybe the content, because think about Pantheon itself. Pantheon is getting more and more difficult. Everything is getting like progressively more and more difficult the closer we get to the final shape. With the final shape we think it's going to peak, right, in terms of difficulty. 0-hour is more annoying than hard, but they also could have just took feedback from the Whisper mission. Was like, no, we need to make that more difficult. All right, let's continue though. Hold on. From Awakened Monk, 1830 enemies when they are supposed to be 1810 0-hour. I understand you are busy, but I feel like this is pretty hard to me, even though I have solo dungeons and have 100 resilience and recovery. Don't have a photo, but you can load it up and see for yourself. Oh, so then this is a reply from Bungie Help. Hey there, thank you for reporting. If you encounter enemies that are 1830 power level, it's not a bug, and that was meant to be that way. The mission, even on normal, is not meant to be easy. Oh my God, my man literally replied, get good. He literally said in the nicest way possible, get good. All right. It's challenging, but honestly, not even that bad. People are over-exaggerating when Reddit user wrote, making exotic missions vary drastically in difficulty when all the exotic rewards are all about the same. Usefulness makes no sense, another user replied. Oh my God. Reddit user Organic Machine wrote, seems like a weird choice. Whisper is easier and shorter with the same time limit. The lack of consistency is odd and a bit frustrating. As the debate continues, it remains to be seen whether Bungie will make any adjustments to the mission's difficulty. In other news, Bungie's revealed new exotics for the final shape, including exotic armor that allows players to fire extra rockets. Learn more about the new exotics in this article. Okay. Look, man, I'm going to go with this. This is my hypothesis. I think the final shape may just be the most difficult content we've ever tackled. I think the dread enemies are going to be extremely potent, extremely difficult to deal with. And the reason why we've gotten the Pantheon events, the reason why we're getting closer and closer to contest mode, we're going into that -20 content this coming up week. I think all of this is literally to prepare us. Because yes, is this jarring going from the Whisper mission to the 0-hour mission at 1810 and 1830? Yeah, that's pretty jarring. You know what else is going to be? What would be even more jarring is going from that easy Whisper mission straight into the Witness, going balls deep in us in the final shape. Now that is jarring. That's the kind of difficulty and spike that would make you want to unplug everything and leave your computer for the day. So think of this as like Bungie's way of easing us in. They're applying the lube, right? They're saying, hey, let's warm up. Let's take our time. This is gonna hurt a little bit, but it won't hurt as bad as we get closer and closer. This is just the tip. Of course, how badly do you want the Witness to f you? Look, here's the thing. I want the Witness to be extremely difficult. I want it to be memorable. You know, I want us to walk away from that. Honestly, if the raid can end with at least three out of my 6 fire team members literally dying and like losing their character in game. You know what I mean? Like if we get to the end of it, we just killed the Witness and I look behind me and there's like Les's corpse and he can no longer, because something with the Witness and his power, he can no longer recover his body and all his shit is gone and everything. And he's just dead. I would say that is a fantastic expansion. That is a great expansion right there. That's what I want from the final shape. I want to lose some people. Okay. Pantheon has been pretty memorable for me. Pantheon's been great. Pantheon has literally been one of the best things Bungie's ever given us. And what's so crazy is that it's a limited time activity. I hope that, you know, I hope that they actually include Pantheon in other future content drops. I think it's just too good. And it's got such a good catch-up mechanic on as well. But the thing about it is, just like 0 hour here, the difficulty is amped. And I think this is Bungie's way of saying, hey, things are going to get progressively harder. We don't want the final shape to be too jarring for you. It is supposed to be difficult. You do have a 40-minute timer for the normal mode, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to get good, and that's okay. You know, because we all have to ask that self-reflective question: is it the mission or am I just shite? You know, and that's a good question to ask yourself. Have that humbling experience. Whisper was a joke. That's the thing. Whisper was a joke. And definitely not as memorable as I would have hoped. But I mean, Whisper's memorable for different reasons. I think Pantheon all levels is too easy personally. Wow, jeepers. Dude, you're such a gangster. I want you to say that next week in -20. Well, look. Yeah, some people are breezing their Pantheon, but no, it's got challenging. It's got challenging aspects to it.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.